Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're heading over to Estonia to check out this sauce company called Askell.ai,
Yeah.
and they're making some noise. So,
Yeah, they just raised $380,000 in a pre-seed round.
yeah, which is pretty impressive,
Yeah.
especially when you look at who's backing them.
Right.
I mean, you've got Super Angel leading the round,
Yeah.
and then, you know, some pretty big names
Yeah.
like Manuel Huez, co-founder of Process Out,
Uh,
Patrick Malatek,
Yeah.
partner at Matrix, Andrew Gorhoff, co-founder of Verif, and Ott Cockfer,
Wow. Yeah.
who, a lot of people might recognize from his roles at Checkout.com and Twilio and Skype.
Yeah. That's quite a lineup.
So the big question is, what is it about Askell.ai that's attracting this level of attention?
Well, they're offering a no-code platform that lets SaaS companies build automation right into their product.
Ooh. So when they say no code, does that really mean
Yeah.
anyone can use it?
Yeah.
Even if they don't know how to code?
That's the idea. It empowers non-technical teams to create automated workflows.
Oh, wow.
So it's a big win, really, for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, for the engineering teams, it frees them up to focus on the core features instead of getting bogged down with all these custom automation solutions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And for the end users, the people actually using these SaaS products,
Yeah.
it's all about making their lives simpler and helping them be more efficient.
So instead of learning to code yourself or hiring a bunch of expensive developers, you can just tell the system what you need.
Yeah.
It almost sounds too good to be true.
Well, it's a pretty powerful concept. And, one of the angel investors, Manuel Huez, he said, with AI agents maturing into a technology that can be used to create meaningful products and solve specific problems, Askell has what it takes to streamline any company operations busy work. Now, when you think about how much time and money companies waste on just busy work.
Yeah, so no wonder investors are excited about this. Yeah, I mean, just the idea of streamlining busy work, I can already see the appeal for so many companies, especially in the sauce world where everything's moving so fast.
Right.
But is there something bigger going on here?
Oh, yeah.
Is this part of a larger trend?
Absolutely. This is all part of this massive shift we're seeing towards automation and AI
Across the board.
across almost every industry, but in SaaS especially, where efficiency and scalability are crucial.
Yeah.
AI-powered solutions like this are becoming game changers.
It's all about doing more with less, right?
Exactly.
And speaking of doing more with less, the founder of Askell.ai, Jusip Kolnyog, he's got a pretty interesting perspective on all of this based on his experience as an engineering director at Twilio.
Yeah, he's talked about how inefficient back office operations can really hold a company back.
Interesting.
And he saw this firsthand at Twilio.
And what's interesting is Askell.ai isn't just adding another tool to the mix.
Right.
They're integrating automation
Yeah.
directly into existing workflows,
Yeah.
which seems like a much more elegant solution.
Much more. And they're already seeing great results.
Oh, yeah.
Some of their pilot customers are saying they've reduced the time spent on tasks by as much as 10 times.
10 times. Wow. That's amazing. So where does Kolnyog see this going in the future?
Well, he's got a pretty ambitious vision. He believes that eventually anyone will be able to use simple language to create and manage AI agents that can handle all sorts of tasks. So you could just tell your computer what you need done, and it just takes care of it accurately, efficiently, even when you're not around.
That's a future I think a lot of people could get behind.
I think so, too.
So we want to hear from you. How do you see AI-driven automation impacting your work or your life? What are the tasks you'd love to automate? What are your hopes? What are your concerns about this technology? Let us know in the comments.
So we've been talking about this future where anybody can just use simple language to automate tasks, but how does that actually work?
Yeah, what's the magic behind all this?
Well, let's take a look under the hood at the tech powering Askell.ai's no-code platform.
Okay.
You mentioned AI agents earlier.
Right.
What exactly are those? It sounds kind of sci-fi.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it's actually not that complicated. An AI agent is basically a piece of software that can understand your instructions and then carry them out.
Okay.
And Askell.ai's platform makes it really easy to create and manage these agents.
So is it really as simple as just typing in what you want the AI to do?
Well, it's designed to be as intuitive as possible. At its core, the platform uses a combination of natural language processing, and machine learning.
Uh-huh.
These are the technologies that allow the system to understand human language, specifically the language we use to describe tasks and processes.
Okay, so instead of writing code, you could just tell the AI something like, every time we get a new customer sign up, send them a welcome email and add them to our CRM.
Exactly. The platform takes those instructions,
Mhm.
which are in natural language,
Yeah.
and translates them into a series of automated actions. And that's the beauty of no-code. It removes the barrier between human intention and computer execution.
So how does the AI actually know what to do with those instructions?
That's where the machine learning comes in. Askel.ai has trained their system on huge data sets related to common sauce tasks and workflows.
Okay.
So think about all the things that businesses do: sending emails, managing data, integrating with different applications. By analyzing all that data, the AI learns to understand the intent behind your instructions, and it figures out how to execute those actions within a specific SaaS environment.
So it's kind of like teaching a child to follow instructions, but on a massive digital scale.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. The more data the AI is exposed to, the smarter it gets, and the better it becomes at interpreting your instructions and carrying out tasks accurately and efficiently.
Okay, this all sounds really promising. But let's talk about some real-world examples.
Sure.
How are companies using Askel.ai's platform today?
Well, one area where they're having an impact is in e-commerce. So imagine you're running an online store. You could use Askel.ai to automate tasks like order fulfillment, inventory management, even customer support interactions.
Oh, wow.
So when a customer places an order, the AI agent could automatically generate shipping labels, update stock levels, notify the warehouse team, and even send a personalized email to the customer with tracking information.
Wow.
All of that happens seamlessly without any manual intervention.
That's incredible. What a time saver.
Right.
What about other use cases?
Another industry that's really interested is financial services.
Okay.
Companies are using Askel.ai to automate tasks like
Okay.
invoice processing, expense reports, even some aspects of fraud detection.
Fraud detection.
Yeah.
How's that work?
AI is really good at pattern recognition. So by training algorithms on large data sets of financial transactions, you can teach them to spot anomalies that might indicate fraudulent activity. For example, they could flag unusual spending patterns or detect attempts to create fake accounts or identify transactions that fall outside of normal parameters.
So it's like having a digital detective constantly monitoring your system.
Exactly. And it not only saves time and resources, but it also enhances security and helps companies stay compliant.
This is all really fascinating.
Wow.
You know, we've talked about the benefits. What about the challenges?
Right.
Are there any downsides to consider?
Well, there are always trade-offs with new technology. As AI gets more sophisticated and more integrated into our systems, we need to think about things like data privacy, algorithmic bias, and the potential impact on jobs.
Right.
These are important considerations.
Definitely.
And we'll dig into those more in the next segment.
Okay, but for now, I think the main takeaway is no-code AI automation is becoming a reality, and it's going to change the way we work
Absolutely.
in some pretty big ways.
Platforms like Askel.ai are making AI accessible to everyone,
Right.
regardless of their technical expertise.
And as this technology keeps evolving,
We can expect to see even more innovative applications in the years to come.
welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been talking about no-code AI automation and how companies like Askel.ai are making it easier than ever to build these intelligent systems. But now I kind of want to shift gears a bit and talk about the bigger picture. You know, what are the long-term implications of all this? How will it affect the way we work? How will it affect the way we live?
Yeah, that's a big question. And there are a lot of different perspectives out there. Some people are really excited about the potential for AI to free us from these mundane tasks and create new opportunities. But others are worried about the risks of job displacement and the ethical implications of giving machines more autonomy.
Yeah, you mentioned job displacement earlier. It seems like whenever we talk about automation, there's this fear that robots are going to take over our jobs.
Right.
Is that a valid concern?
Yeah. Well, it's definitely something we need to be thinking about. Historically, new technologies have disrupted labor markets, and that's led to job losses in certain areas. But it's also important to remember that those same technologies have created entirely new industries and new jobs that we couldn't have imagined before.
So it's not necessarily about AI replacing humans. It's more about how we can adapt and evolve alongside this technology.
Exactly. The key is to focus on the skills that make us uniquely human.
Okay.
Things like creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence. Those are the skills. That'll be in high demand in a future where AI is handling a lot of the routine work.
It's about working with these machines, augmenting our capabilities,
And create
gaining
that more
all sit
efficient.
and
Yeah.
hopefully fulfilling
Yeah.
work experience.
Exactly. And think about all the time we could free up if AI could handle things like scheduling appointments, managing our emails, processing data. That would give us more time to focus on the things that we're truly passionate about, the things that require our unique human skills and insights.
Okay, so that sounds pretty great. But even if we can kind of embrace this collaborative approach, there are still ethical questions to consider. Right?
Of course.
I mean, who controls these AI systems? How do we ensure they're being used responsibly
Yeah.
and not for harmful purposes?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As AI becomes more powerful and more widespread, it's crucial that we develop ethical frameworks and regulations to guide its development and deployment. We need transparency. We need accountability. We need fairness in the way these systems are designed and used.
It's almost like we need a new set of rules for the road, a set of principles that everyone agrees to follow.
Yeah. And that's a conversation that needs to involve everyone, not just technologists, not just policymakers, but the general public as well.
Right.
We all need to be informed and engaged in shaping the future of AI.
So let's bring it back to Askell.ai's vision of a future where anyone can use simple language to create AI agents. What could that mean for our everyday lives?
We'll imagine a world where you could just tell your AI assistant, book me a flight, or find me a good restaurant, or remind me to pick up groceries on the way home. It would be like having a personal assistant that's always there to help you.
Yeah. But are there any potential downsides there?
Sure.
What about things like privacy and security?
Those are definitely valid concerns. As with any technology, there are trade-offs. The more convenient and personalized our AI assistants become, the more data they need to collect about us.
Right.
So we need to be mindful of how that data is being used and make sure we have control over our own information.
It seems like with every technological leap forward, we gain something,
Yeah.
but we also potentially lose something else. It's about finding that balance, isn't it?
It is, and that's why it's so important to have these conversations. We need to be aware of both the incredible potential and the potential pitfalls of AI.
So that we can make informed choices
Yeah.
about how we want to use it. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored the technology, the potential benefits, potential challenges, and even taken a glimpse into the future. So is there one key takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
If I had to sum it up in one sentence, I'd say this. The future of AI is not predetermined. It's being shaped right now. And we all have a role to play in shaping it.
I like that. It's both a challenge and an invitation to be a part of something truly transformative. So what are your thoughts on the future of AI? What excites you? What concerns you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. It's been a fascinating conversation. And until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning.